Chapter 2. Katie braces herself against a tree. Her feet feel raw and exposed, nearly burning. Her lungs are begging her to stop, and a cramp ripped up her thigh earlier, nearly dropping her to the ground. She still feels it tensing the muscles of her thigh, again and again, threatening to move down her leg. Her hair has already bounced free of the loose braid, and she's tempted to take off her sweater since she's damp with sweat. There has to be a ranger station or something, she tells herself between panting breaths. She hasn't seen anything since she started running, and she's been looking. She thought she was on an old trail, but that tapered out. It was probably created by moose or bears. Not that it makes her feel any better knowing that. She swallows against her fear and slows back, weaving in wide patterns, but always heading west. There must be something on the coast, and she was only about 7 miles from the coast the last time she checked, so... She walks for another 30 minutes, long enough that orange fills the sky as the sun starts to set. Just as she's about to give up and start making a makeshift camp or try to find a tree to call her own for the night, she notices something among the trees. It would be easy enough to miss, since it looks like it's made from the forest itself. But there's a cabin. A 2-story cabin, complete with a balcony. It's not exactly modern looking. It was probably built in the 1950s or 1960s from timber grown right here. But she doesn't care. She flings herself at the door, knocking with both hands. Before she can beg for the person to open the door, something clicks as she rattles the knob, and the door swings open. The cabin might not be much from the outside, but inside, it seems twice as large. There's a living room with a fireplace, a kitchen, and even a whole wall of books. Colored blankets break up the nearly white wooden walls of the interior and the deep mahogany floors. The furniture is a mix, as if whatever was passable was used to decorate, but she can't be picky. She hurries to shut and lock the door, then swallows. Hello? Nothing. Hello? Is anyone here? Still nothing. She's sure that this would be a shoot-on-sight situation, so she walks around, looking for someone. She finds a huge master bedroom on the first floor. Behind the wall is the fireplace. There's a bed, plenty of hunting gear, a desk with journals stacked, and a dresser complete with a mirror. The attached bathroom nearly calls to her, but everything is too big here. She moves upstairs and finds 2 additional rooms with another bathroom. The rooms are different here. One is cluttered, like some frat guy regularly stays there, and there are bottles of liquor and beer lying around. Katie grabs some whiskey and then continues. The 3rd room is organized, but there are trinkets, some pictures hanging on the wall of 3 guys, ships and bottles, and a map of the forest. She moves closer to stare at it. There's nothing helpful but a "You Are Here" star showing the ranger station laid out on the map, and that gives her some hope. Looking down at her sweat-soaked, dirt-covered clothing, she decides taking a shower is worth the risk. She slips into the upstairs bathroom, feeling safer here, and moans as the hot water coasts over her skin. She scrubs herself with the soap available, loving the scent of sandalwood, cedar, and something inescapably masculine. Once she's sure she's clean, she wraps up in a towel and sighs. She hasn't spotted a washer or dryer, so she kicks her clothes into another pile of dirty clothes before heading downstairs. She dips into the master bedroom, hoping to find some women's clothes, but only finds huge t-shirts and jeans that are nearly double her size. She settles for a large t-shirt and goes upstairs to get the smallest boxers she can find. She still has to roll them. Once settled, she raids the fridge while sipping the whiskey. She takes an apple and bites into it happily, nearly moaning as the juice hits her tongue. She doesn't want to be a bother. She just hopes that whoever lives here gets home soon. She gets the fireplace going, then stretches out in front of it, staring at her phone and willing it to have a signal. She stretches her toes, wraps herself up in a quilted blanket, then takes another swig of whiskey. I knew I should have brought some kind of radio or something, she groans, laying back in front of the fireplace and watching the flames as they crack the logs under them and shape the shadows. The smallest bear lifts his nose when the scent of burning wood fills him. He alerts the other two, and they lumber back to their place, their shapes shifting and blurring among the trees. He looks in through one of the cabin windows and finds their prize stretched out in front of a fire. The light licks at her exposed skin, her tan legs, her exposed side above his boxer shorts, and her gorgeous deep blue eyes. Even in a shirt that looks 4 sizes too large on her, he can make out the curves of her body. They're full, tempting, and even more perfect when she arches her back while taking a long drink of whiskey. They couldn't have planned this better if they had tried. Here, the blonde man, in the same place where the smallest bear was standing, says. His friend, a brother in every way but blood, walks over. The second man is about 4 inches taller than the first, with bronze hair and healthy, tanned skin. His muscle is obvious even in the failing light as he drags jeans on. The second man says, then gently unlatches the window, opening it just enough to catch the scent. His eyes sharpened. She smells like my soap. Wearing my boxers, the blonde man says. Their third friend, nearly 6'8" of dense muscle made from time spent working as a lumberjack, not to mention their other forest activities, stands behind them. He wipes at his injured face, then makes a low, inhuman sound. My shirt. Our prey is greedy. She's drinking your whiskey, Sam. And she used Barrett's soap. That's your shirt, Nico, Sam says lightly, shooting Nico a smirk. Nico, the leader based on size alone, straightens his back, then runs a hand through his dark mop of hair. The buzz of excitement in the air thickens. Sam, though the smallest of the three, is still large and imposing, just like Nico, despite his open, warm face. He licks his lips as he watches her, yearning for her. He knows his friends feel it too. Right now, all of them have one potent need after catching the scent that's called to them like no other, and she's helpfully, rudely, made herself right at home. Nico's eyes stay focused on her alone. It's time to show our Goldilocks what happens when she trespasses into bear territory.